Hello everyone, this is Ratika Roy Bhattacharya. I welcome you all on my YouTube channel Study Together with Ratika. In the last video, we completed plant tissues. From today, we are going to start animal tissues, which is composed of different types of tissues. Why different types? Because you know that in animals, different types of functions are performed. That is why numerous number of tissues are also present. This is a flowchart which shows animal tissues present in humans as well as in animals. The first one is epithelial tissue, then connective, muscular and nervous. One by one we will discuss all of them in detail. Today we are going to start epithelial tissue. First of all, what is animal tissue? We know the tissues which are present in animals is known as animal tissues. Now, first of all, what is a tissue? The group of cells is known as a tissue. Okay. Now, these tissues are helpful in movement of internal organs as well as in external organs. These animal tissues, as I have already mentioned, are of four types. The first one is epithelial tissue. The epithelial tissue forms the protective tissue. Means all the organs are protected by a thin layer of tissue that is known as epithelial tissue. These tissues are also present inside the cavities, or you can say that these are the lining of several cavities that are present in our body. Now they are the protective covering, that means that they form as a barrier so that no germs can enter in our body. These tissues are so tightly packed that there is no intercellular space between them. One by one, we will see what are the types of epithelial tissue. The first one is squamous. Now, as you are able to see here, the substratum on which the tissue is present, that is known as basement membrane. These all are number of cells present in a tissue. They have this nuclei, cell membrane and all other cell organelles. All the cells in this tissue are flat and also they are irregular in shape. Because they are flat and also there is no intercellular space between them, that is why there is no much cementing between each cell. Let's see the properties. These are thin, flat and irregular cells. They are also known as pavement epithelium. They are present in mouth, esophagus, nose, alveoli, etc. Means they form the lining of these cavities also. Now, because I have told you that they form a barrier so that there is no mechanical injury possible because of this epithelium. Most of the time, these tissues are present in those organs where some transportation takes place. The next one is stratified squamous. As you can see, there is no much difference between squamous and stratified. Only the difference is that this forms a layer. You can see there are many layers of cells. That is why it has got its name stratified. Strata means a layer. They are found on the dry surfaces. For example, this hand is there. So on this hand, the skin, the tissue that forms a protective covering, that is known as stratified squamous epithelium. Now, I would also like to add that the cells which are present at the bottom, they form a particular shape that is cuboidal. And the cells which are present at the top, they get hexagonal shape. So many layers are present so that it can prevent wear and tear of the organ. The layer present at the top, or you can say the superficial layers, they have a particular protein that is keratin, which is fibrous protein and it becomes dead after maturity. Then the next one is cuboidal epithelium. As the name indicates, the cells are of cuboid shape. Okay. Now it also has nucleus and the basement membrane is also present. They form the linings of the kidney tubule and also the salivary glands. Now, these cells also may have glands. That is why they are sometimes known as glandular epithelium. And that type of tissue is responsible for excretion and also for the production of various substances. As you know, that glands are responsible for production of hormones. The next one is columnar epithelium. As the name indicates, it forms a column, or you can say pillar-like cells are present. This layer of cell has pillar-like appearance and the nucleus is present at the bottom of the cell. Here, as you can see, that the nucleus I have drawn at the bottom or at the base. Then, basement membrane is present and nuclei are also present. Now, they form the lining of stomach, intestine, gallbladder and oviducts. The another name of oviducts is fallopian tube. So many people know it by the name of fallopian tube. Now sometimes these cells may have cilia at their end so that the mucus can move from one place to another place. As we know that cilia are responsible for movement of various substances. So these are also present in respiratory tract, and in case the cilia is present, then this type of tissue is known as ciliated epithelium. So this was all about animal tissues. In the next video, we will again meet with some another type of tissue. Till then, bye bye, take care, and thanks for watching.